Hey there, Full Size Life family. Michael here. Day 112. Step goal today is 22,400 steps. And gonna do a half marathon in 31 days. Trying something a little bit different. Found a decent selfie stick that hopefully I won't be dropping my phone or my phone won't be dropping out of it. I've replaced the screen twice and not too terribly happy about that. But today, gonna do that 1 mile, 1.25 miles hopefully run. Haven't done that yet. I'm still warming up. Got about 7,000 steps in already. So I'm 1/3 of the way there for the day. Trying to make my videos a little bit better quality. Obviously, I'd like to be able to use that gimbal, but I think I just need to keep it simple right now. That's why I was just using a cell phone just without a selfie stick, because I didn't want to overcomplicate stuff. But switching back from hand to hand kind of sucked with it, because I kept on covering up the lens, the camera. And yeah, appreciate all the comments and the advice. There's my neighbors. Thought maybe they'd be done already. I guess not. So I'm gonna pause this. All right, past the neighbors. Still a little weird about it. I don't want to also interfere with their privacy. So, but cute dogs. And Thursday, 2 more days of work, by the way. If you're watching this for the first time, I'm 51 years old. I used to weigh 505 pounds at least. I'm down to 313 pounds now. And in 31 days, I'm going to do a half marathon. And October 11th of this year, 2026, I'm going to do a full marathon. And I probably should have my head checked, but that's a me thing. Try to get my story out there. Let people know they're not alone. They're why does it seem like it's off center? Because it is. I'll fix that later. I'll just have to figure it out. Yeah, I've had trauma as a kid that I still deal with in my head. It affects me. It makes me, gets in my head and gets me down. And I'm working on that also as I'm working on losing weight. So you're not alone out there. There's other people who've been in the same situation, if not worse. I mean, I've been homeless twice. I was molested by 2 relatives, not just my dad. And bad part is the second time, I knew it was wrong. I knew it was very wrong. And yeah, I was being threatened with being beat up, being abused. So, and that gets in my head sometimes. But I've got a great support system around me that helps pulled me out of my lows. By the way, a weight loss journey is a journey. You're gonna have some really high highs, like if you just climbed a mountain, and you're gonna have the lows that are gonna be so dark you don't know how to find your way out. And with me, I've got a light that helps me pull myself out of those lows. My wife and my friends and y'all have been helping me out. I mean, sharing my story is just a way for me to let myself know that I am I'm trying to get it to where it doesn't have any power over my emotions anymore, power over my eating, power over me wanting to just lay in bed and hide. And believe me, last 112 days, definitely wanted to do all of that. But I made a commitment to do this challenge 365. Didn't find it online or anything like that. That's just what I decided to do, is to go 1 year working out every day, trying to beat the Garmin Connect app recommended steps. In your case, it could be Apple, it could be Samsung Health, but usually they'll give you some type of recommended steps daily, I'm assuming, and it'll be slight increases unless you go blow past the recommended steps per day. For instance, I think mine increased by, I think it's 40 from yesterday, but I'll put a little thing on the screen here that says how much it increased by since yesterday. I mean, I started out at like 2,500 steps. And I was blowing past that pretty bad. So I went on a trip and lots of walking. By the way, when I go on vacation, it's usually a cruise, and I'll take a backpack with me, and I like walking around the towns. Me with like Carnival Cruise Line, and I think we've done Royal Caribbean. I think we're doing another one in March. I don't know what it is, but been on a bunch of Carnival Cruise Line ones. I like filming on them. I got some videos on my other channel, but I really haven't been focusing in on that too much, because this is taking 3 hours to get my steps in, and another hour or so to try to chop up videos, try to make the shorts. But yeah, then I work full time. I work an 8-hour day. So that's why on Saturdays and Sundays, I generally start a little later, sleep in, try to recover, and try to go do something other than walk around in a circle. But this is good exercise for me regardless, because it's got ups and downs, and this is one of the ups. And I'm gonna start doing my mile in a little bit here, probably one more lap, get my breath, my heart rate calmed down a little bit, then do the mile. I'll post the time in here somewhere. I probably should do the mile earlier in my steps or my walks, so where I could not be as tired. But kind of want to do it when the sun's up so I could actually see. At this point, if I get up at 5:30 in the morning and try to get out the door by 6, I get done about 9:30. So I have to stop, go to the restroom, stuff like that. Start a video. And, oh, that reminds me. Oh, I need to drink. Oh, the sun's bright. But I think we're going to do this lap facing the other direction. So at least I get some B-roll of the walk around my neighborhood. And y'all can see something other than me. I know, I'm silly. But I know it's not necessarily what people want as far, it's like they want a pretty face and all that. I'm a personality. I mean, if Jerry Clarkson from Top Gear was a huge celebrity, and well, I look rough. He looks like someone kicked him. He looks really rough. But he's got personality. People like him, or they don't like him. But regardless, he's got personality. So let's flip the camera around so y'all can see my walk. And yeah, sun's kind of bright right now. It's kind of annoying. I try to wear sunglasses at this point. But I mean, you can't beat that view. I get a sunrise every morning with that view. And this morning is one. Gorgeous. Took a picture of it. I'll put it in here somewhere. I'll probably put it in the bonus at the end. I'm trying to add a little bit more bonus footage and bloopers at the end, so it gives people incentive to stick around towards the end of the video. I know I'm not like a great storyteller. I'm working on it. I am a work in progress. Kind of like my weight loss. I'm a work in progress. Oh, I mean, some of the biggest YouTubers, some of the biggest celebrities out there in the media realm, as far as like social media and stuff, they're not the most gorgeous people in the world, and I just need to get past that. It's like, yeah, I got jacked up teeth. I'm missing a few. Guess what? I'm not the only one out there. So I just need to get past that. That was one of the big reasons why I had trouble with being on video, is because honestly, I was very had low self-esteem, very conscious of what I look like, and quite frankly, only person that matters to me in my life that I see on a daily basis, it's two people. It's me and my wonderful wife. And if she can tolerate me, God bless her. Because I am definitely a handful. I'm a little jokester. I wouldn't say I'm kid-like, but I still like having fun. Not everything in life has to be work. Eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep. And besides this last weekend, I usually try to go do something on the weekend with her. And this last weekend, of course, we had those huge winter storms. We were locked in ice at my house. Wouldn't be able to get out of the driveway if I wanted to, unless I wanted to get a spike out or something like that to melt all the ice, or a shovel to try scraping it all up. But yeah, I wasn't gonna do that. Oh yeah, someone said that I should show me, not me walking, but my walk, what I see, not just me on my screen on my face, or camera in my face. Oh, here we go. I'm hoping the video is doing better as far as the quality goes. Trying to keep it level. Try to keep it from bouncing. So I'm concentrating a lot on that. And not falling on my face. Yeah. My yellow Hokas that are really, really soft. They're really, really cushy. I think they're about to go. They're getting a little thin on the outer sole, or whatever you want to call it, the bottoms. And I think I'm about to end up transitioning into the next layer, and I think that'd be about time to either try something out new by like taking a sander to them, sanding off the bottom, getting some super glue or glue goo or something to put a new sole on them. But the only problem is the only ones I'm seeing are like boot stuff. And at least as far as like Amazon and stuff, I really, really want something that looks like tennis shoe stuff. I don't even care if it's black. It's just I want it to be like the bottom of hiking boots at least, but not work boots. And I know they sell cheap Chinese knockoffs of the hiking boot versions, but I'm not wanting to order it from China. I know everything's made there, seems like. I'm glad some of the manufacturing's coming back to the US. Obviously, we got some cities that could really use a large employer these days with high quality paid jobs. But it's not a bad walk. Neighborhood's nice and quiet. About right before sunrise, that's when everybody starts leaving to go to work, besides the retirees. And about 10-20 minutes before actual sunrise, that's when the herd of dogs come out. and get walked by their owners, which I probably should see if I can get my wife to walk with them. They go at a pretty good pace. I mean, slow. And at least get the dogs where maybe they're a little bit more used to being on a leash. It takes a while for Cody to calm down. He's got his harness on. He'll sit there and try to drag you about 3/4 away of this loop. So for about a half a mile, he's sitting there trying to drag you. And it's like, he's a little slow at learning that all it's doing is wearing him out. But he gets so excited. I love my dogs. They're cute. They're sweet. They're mama dogs. When both my wife and I are working, they're in her office or they're running outside playing or barking. And the neighbor behind us got a really fast dog. I'm not sure what breed it is. Looks like a small German Shepherd type thing, but I know it's not. And he'll run along the fence, and all three of them have worn out a path next to the fence, barking and chasing after him. And it's just funny, but they're loud. I mean, they are going full blast at barking when they're out there doing that. And since it's been so dry out here, they come in dusty. I mean, it's almost like you need to take a shot back to them every time they come in if their coats aren't trimmed really short. Yeah, my hill again. Now, it's not like the hill that's outside the gate. Once I get the half marathon done, I'll start working on that hill probably about once a week. And because that marathon I signed up for, it's up here in the Texas Hill Country. By the way, Spring Branch, Texas. That's where I live. And if you're from Houston, it's not Spring Branch in Houston. That's like a school district. I mean, when we first moved out here, there were more cows than people. The official town first moved out here. See, Texas, I don't know if everywhere it does, but Texas, if you're a town or a city, when you drive in, usually it'll say entering like San Antonio, Texas, population something. Spring Branch, Texas, you literally got a sign that says Spring Branch, a convenience store, fire station behind it, volunteer fire station behind it when we first moved out here. And essentially on the other side of that convenience store, maybe about a football field, that's where the other sign was. It didn't even say entering Spring Branch or leaving Spring Branch. If you're coming from the other direction, you literally saw a sign that said Spring Branch. It didn't even say Texas, it just said Spring Branch. And now, at that point, it didn't even have a stoplight, just had the flashing yellow and the, it had a flashing yellow and a red going the other direction because it's a T intersection. And yeah, well, I don't know where I forgot where I started. I started up there, But yeah, no, I started here. But yeah, that's the lap of the neighborhood. That's not the figure 8. The figure 8 is that part over there. And yeah, if I do the figure 8, starting back at the stop sign, you go up this way, hang a right, and right before you get to the little corner, that's where the 1 mile mark is. So I guess it's about 0.8 of a mile when you're doing the figure 8. Then when you just have to go a little bit past it. That spot on my back is back again. It's like underneath my right shoulder blade. It just makes it uncomfortable. Yeah. By the way, live stream on Saturday, 8 a.m. And if you got any questions, by the way, at any point in my videos that you're watching, or if you're watching a short, post them down in the comments. And I try to be pretty much an open book, so where y'all can become part of my circle. I mean, there's not very many people I've ever told about me being abused as a kid, and how after that happened, kids in school found out. I was in elementary school, and when you're having people coming up to you, kids, asking you if you're pregnant, if you've got some type of essentially STD or something like that, and what's wrong with you, and basically at that point I shut down. I'm dyslexic, but I'm a very intelligent person, and I shut down so bad. I didn't do any of my schoolwork. 3rd grade, I failed. I had to do it over. Main reason why is because I was in a dark place as a kid, and honestly, kids shouldn't have to deal with that. Yeah, it's just. Then we moved from there, lived in a Volkswagen bus. I don't know, it seemed like forever. It was probably only like 6 months. Moved up to that was Alamogordo, New Mexico. Moved up to Las Vegas, New Mexico for a while. And Dad got out of the New Mexico State Hospital. Seriously, think if you abuse children that way, should be a life sentence. That's the same if you're doing that type of stuff to women. And moved to Albuquerque. He was supposed to be a registered sex offender. He was definitely a felon at that point. Well, at least he should know. He did some deferred thing. I don't know what it was. I don't know I think he had a felony, because I don't think he was ever able to own a gun after that. And I don't think he was able to vote after that, I'm pretty sure. But lived in Albuquerque. Apartments. First time we lived in an apartment, and it was not the good side of town. Moved from Albuquerque, I don't know, couldn't have been more than 6 months later. Dad lost his job, He was doing aircraft sheet metal. He was an aircraft sheet metal mechanic, lost his job, moved down to Harlingen, Texas. Wasn't there that long. Moved to either Lubbock or Abilene, then moved to San Antonio, then moved to Lubbock or Abilene, one of the two. I don't remember. We moved so many times, it's hard to remember. And of course, it's being so early, my brain isn't working. Moved back to San Antonio and lived in for a while there. We were homeless. Lived in the driveway of one of his friends that he knew in a mobile home, not a big one. It literally had no bathroom in it. Had like a 1 or 2 burner stove, and it was small enough to pull with the car. And there were 4 of us in that out of 5 of us. I think my brother, I don't know where. My brother was gone for a little while. And yeah, so homeless twice. Not like living out on the streets, just not any permanent residence, or we're living in a vehicle. And I consider that little bitty RV or travel trailer, wasn't a mobile home, travel trailer, because we had to take a shower in the pool house. Not pool house like they had a pool house, but we had to go someplace to take a shower and go restrooms and stuff like that. And yeah, and stuff got a little bit more stable. And I get old enough to start working. I'm paying, eventually we get into a house, I'm paying the rent or the mortgage, not sure which one. But I was paying for us to live there. Had to buy them a car because they couldn't afford a car. So I was making a car payment also. So, and eventually I bought my first car. I bought my first car first. They ended up buying them a car, but my first car, 1978 Buick Park Avenue. I think it's an Electra Park Avenue, big boat of a car. I had that for a long time. It was so big. When I moved out, I should say my house, since I was making the payments. When I moved out of their house for a little while, it was big enough to move everything I owned in 2 trips, either strapped to the roof or in that massive car. Yeah, I put a queen or king size mattress strapped to the roof of it and drove, I don't know, maybe it was like 5 miles away. I was lived with some, we were roommates, 2 of them, so there's 3 of us in that apartment. Oh, my back is starting to hurt. Oh, that's better. There were 3 of us in there, and I lasted about 6 months, and they moved out. They broke the lease, whatever. Lease was up, I don't know. I moved back in with parents. But that whole entire time, I was still supporting them too. And by the way, yeah, I was just barely out of high school. And eventually, I met my wife on, well, the web. Matchmaker.com. I don't even know if it still exists. But she lived like less than 5 miles away. Went to the same high school. She graduated 3 years before I did. She's just 1 year older. So she didn't have to wait a year to start. Or actually, she started early because she did preschool and did a private school for elementary or something for a year or two. And got married, moved out here. Been out here ever since, 25 years. And actually, been out here 26 years now. Had the wedding in our actual house. I may put the photo in the end of it, in the bonus footage and all that, but yeah, her mom, she was a florist, so she provided the flowers. I think my wife or I made the groom's cake, chocolate, German chocolate, my favorite, and someone provided, I think her parents provided the wedding cake. So that was pretty cool. What's it say my recovery time is now? 27 hours. Yeah, I haven't followed that thing at all. Wow, this is actually a little bit less annoying. I mean, my face isn't staying centered, but yeah. But it's a long video. I'm sure I'll have to chop it up. I'll put some stuff in bonus footage. If you haven't liked, shared, subscribed, it's free. It helps get my story out there. And it'd be cool to see if we can hit that 100 subscribers by my half marathon. And I might do a live stream at the beginning and at the end, unless I can help find, if I can find someone to film it for me, like my wife, so I can concentrate on getting ready and all. But yeah, it'd be kind of cool if we can hit 100 subscribers by a half marathon on March 1st. I mean, I really do appreciate all of y'all. And I'm gonna go take care of something personal. It's been, I don't know, an hour or so. So talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye, Full Size Life family.